So I was just discussing the psychological and the neurological effects when you solve a particular question to get the answer. Suppose the question is here and the answer is here. So the question and answer are separated by certain lines or certain codes of the algorithm that your mind-brain system will execute. And that algorithm is a game of three triodes or game of triodes, which are information, process and energy. So information is only one of the part. Another part is process. The process of thinking, the process of analyzing, the process of visualization, or in a way the process is decoding the question or decoding the password to move from the question to the answer. And during this process there are impacts on the energy or the emotion of the person. And most of the students are unable to adapt to the emotional or the energy related issues because they are not exposed to such environment by the faulty education systems. Today it's very sad reality that everybody has learned to hypnotize the other person, to use the other person as a resource to move ahead in life. Marketing, commercialization, hypnotism, all are the parts of life that pervades today. So education itself is a very potential field. Education itself is an open market, a diverging market. In any education systems, there are many teachers, and every teacher wants to be ahead of the other teacher. And to move ahead, only one thing is of concern, that students should be influenced by you. They should be very emotionally attached with you, so that they just want to get taught by you only. And teachers have learned how to hypnotize students. They know how to talk to students in a certain way. They know how to train their subconscious mind so as to like them. And they also make sure that other teachers don't interact with the students. So in any education system, teachers, instead of making students learn the process of how to crack the exam, they becomes involved in hypnotizing students, impressing students, or brainwashing students to turn them in their favor so that they can get well money and respect, and they can enjoy pleasures in their life. But the sad aspect is that those teachers limits the students and limits their thinking capability, and they just make those students their mental slaves. There is no independent thinking left in the students. That explains why most of the students fail in competitive exams like JEE and NEET. Because if you go through the proper analysis, then all the teachers are able to get good feedback from the students these days. The students will say that, oh, we get taught by the best faculty. But the result is not saying it all, because what a normal person says is normally because of what image is present in his mind brain system, and which is often dominated by the emotional impacts of the teachers. So these emotional things just trap your mind and just make sure that you are unable to do something great in life. Performance is when you are exposed to high brainwave frequencies, when you are exposed to the actual situation, actual exam situations. So this is somehow I felt like this system is somehow lacking in the education systems. And if a system is made in which students are not emotionally attached to the teacher, they should just seek teacher as a resource to make them learn and make them prepare for the exam, rather than being emotional to them, creating a personal bonding with them by joining them on Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and trying to convert them into their own favors. Because that is not the task of the teacher. Any emotional relation with the child, with the student, I think it is the work of the guardian or the parent of that, or the psychological counselors of the teachers, of the students, sorry. So I think in today's world, if you want to develop a system, teacher is basically a system of working, it's not a person. When a teacher teaches, so he is a teacher only when he sends out some specific frequencies to make the students learn the process, or to modulate their brainwaves to create a state of learning in which they get adapted to the high brainwave frequencies and are able to generate the output, as said by Aristotle. So if students are able to adapt to the high performance frequencies, then certainly that will be beneficial to the student and they will perform optimally. So from my discussion till now, I was trying to make sure that when you learn from any teacher, just be neutral emotionally toward that teacher. You should not be biased for the teacher, neither negative nor positive. Teacher is just a source of high brainwave frequencies, which if you are able to adapt, will help you in cracking your exam. So this high frequency brainwave environment is the only real thing that you should expect from the teacher. So get adapted to the high frequency working environment, and also know your optimal performance level, and be always within 5% limits of that optimal performance level. Because that optimal performance stress or the optimal stress level, it is individual. It depends on your DNA, the thing that you are put through in your life experiences. So many factors are there: your willpower, your concentration, your ability to adapt to changes. So many things are there. But that optimal performance or the optimal stress level, if you are able to manage that, then I feel you are going to create a huge impact in your exams that will boost your performance, not only in exams but only in life. Because life is the real exam. You have to perform optimally if you want to survive, if you want to live a good life, if you want to have a meaningful life. So the concept of optimal performance is about optimal frequency. Know your optimal frequency or optimal stress and always work within 5% limits of that. Thank you. Have a nice day.